Hello everyone, and welcome back to MyGM in WWE 2K24. We're here for Hell in a Cell, and it's not looking good. So at the end of the last episode, we got hit with one of those silly little power cards by Paul Heyman, which blocks all opposing brands from using 3 randomly selected champions, and they just so happen to be Ray, Dom, and Io. So right off the bat, that eliminates any possibility of having a tag team championship match. Ray is out. Thankfully, we can still do the level 4 feud between Roxanne and Piper, so that should at the very least deliver. That's going to be our entire show, basically. And, you know, in some ways, it kind of works out. The commissioner goal was to rest the female tag champs. This does mean that I will not be booking Shayna Baszler on the show, but that Health Spa 3 card, I feel like, is the better priority here than, you know, having Shayna in some sort of random match. She's got 38 stamina, so I guess she can rest too. Yeah, so what we have for the card for this one, Damian Priest is going to take on Mr. Higglesby in an ambulance match. My idea here is that Damian Priest will win in a squash. He'll get +5 popularity. Higglesby will get hurt, but like he'll just be gone, so who cares? If it goes the other way, then we've got problems. But also it's like, throw the people with stamina into a high stakes match and try and pop a rating that way. Because we don't have people, we had to sign another, rookie, not rookie, what's the word? Do they call them rookies in the, yeah, okay, they're rookies in the class. He's gonna be taking on, Jerry Sweat and, Cruz del Toro. They have, one of those little match things. The mid-card. We'll put a title on the line, try to pop a rating. Jay and Jimmy for the Intercontinental Championship. Then we're going to have a tables match between Joaquin Wilde and Omos. Again, just trying to do something. Honestly, I'm debating, like, do I even bother with the table stipulation? Do I just save up the stamina? No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it as what I booked. Try to get whatever we can manage here. And then, yeah, main event. This is the real deal. Roxanne Perez, Piper Niven, level 4 rivalry comes to a head in a Hell in a Cell match inside Hell in a Cell. No, a Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell. It is Piper's match specialty, so we are that if it's not 5 stars, it'll be like 4.5. You know, popularity's not that high, but it's gonna be a big match no matter what. Do not have the assets to purchase anything really. I got stuff here, but like, honestly, Jimmy is the only one who looks like immediate concern for injury, and if he gets hurt, I would rather save that pre-match physio for a more pressing time. I do also realize that, you know, signing all these rookies, it's definitely cutting into the budget a little bit. So I might have to start paying less mind to having a full show with promos and stuff. Like, I might just start having an empty slot or 2, depending on the shows. But yeah, because everyone is busy, Tiffany was not going to compete, so I'm just having her do a charity promo. We're trying to do the best we can here, so at least she won't get hurt. Maybe the Hell in a Cell arena will get us like a neat little bonus. Yeah, we don't really have any promises to worry about. So we are just going to jump right in to Hell in a Cell. And we'll open with the ambulance match. Mr. Higglesby and Damian Priest. Okay, Damian Priest, thankfully, does get the win. Mr. Higglesby's hurt, but who cares? Rivalry starts, who cares? It got 3.5, so it did exactly what it needed to do. Tiffany Stratton got us 3,000 on the charity promo. That's fine. Jerry Sweat and Cruz Del Toro. And Cruz Del Toro, thankfully, does get the win. It's disappointing, but it was always going to be. Do I go for the 2? Yeah, this is a title match, so you know what? Why not? Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso for the title. We'll do that match, and then we'll do the Hell in a Cell as the showcase matches for this one. So the Intercontinental Championship is on the line. It's brother versus brother, Jimmy versus Jey. You know, just as a quick little aside, I don't know to who this would concern, but if you're someone who hasn't gotten the game yet and you're thinking about getting it, my little advice is do not play it. If you're going to do like a GM or a universe or that sort of thing where you're in the menus a lot, my advice would be not to play it in like on a big TV, like in your living room where you're like across the room from it, because a lot of the text is very tiny, and it strains my eyes, and I get headaches. So I'm fine to record these videos because it's a lot closer on a smaller monitor. But you know, to anyone who would be concerned about that, commentary. Anyway, the title's on the line. Yeah, Jimmy and Jey. They don't really have a feud going in this GM series, but we need to have a match, so they're going at it. Time to see how the gameplay goes, because well, no, it's not that I haven't played anything. I've played a little bit of Showcase, but primarily I've been, like, messing around in Universe Mode and GM, you know, a lot of the more simulation stuff. I know that they tweaked some of the gameplay and whatnot, but I'm not sure how much of that I'll get to see as a spectator. But, you know, hopefully this match will be entertaining regardless. Jey Uso hit that double leg drop. You know, classic Jeff Hardy move. And Jey now. Oh, he's going to go for a tequila sunrise here. But nah, that's not gonna get him very far. Oh, and the kick there, some kind of kick. A+ commentary. As Jey Uso now has got Jimmy up, and he plants him down, and he's gonna hook the leg. One, no, it's far too early into the match to try to get a victory there. As Jimmy now is gonna take control. And he's going to hang up Jey in the Tree of Woe. And just drive in the boot. Of course, Jimmy coming into this one, the defending champion, so he's going to try and do everything he can to hold on to the title in this one, of course. This may be the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view event, but that does not mean that this matchup in particular is no disqualification or anything like that. It's just straight down the middle, so, you know, if Jimmy wants to be cheap and lose the match by like count out or DQ to retain the title, those are, oh my god. He tried to do a dive to the outside, didn't get it, and neither did Jey. The two brothers continue to fight on the outside as the referee is up to a 5 count now. Jey, if he wants to win the title, he's going to have to get this back in the ring soon. You know, I know that this is still, like, pre-release. Like, you know, this is, like, the deluxe early access sort of stuff. So I'm sure there'll be a day one patch and stuff that'll, you know, work out some of the kinks, some of the bugs so far. I feel like, yeah, games like these, they don't ever come out, like, fully finished anymore, do they? I feel like I haven't had any issues with MyGM in particular, but, you know, 2K gameplay is always kind of a little wonky at the start. Oh, is that going to be... Oh, I don't know. Okay, so blood is on by default. Okay, I wasn't sure. But Jey is busted open, and yeah, I know they tweaked the blood mechanic and how it works in this, so we'll see how much blood we find in this match. Jimmy going up top right now. And he's calling Jay to his feet. Jimmy looking for something big here. What? No, he tried to go for the whisper in the wind, but it didn't connect. And now this is Jay's opportunity to go on the offensive here. As an Irish whip now, Jimmy off the ropes, a drop down, and a super kick by Jay. Devastating super kick from Jey Uso, and another overhand strike. Jey Uso has turned the tables, and now he has the opportunity. The back suplex neck breaker. Oh, but a rope break. He can't even secure the pinfall. But he's gonna go up top. Jay looking to put him away with an Uso splash and the hook of the leg. Do we have a new champion? 1, 2, 3. We have a new Intercontinental champion. Main event. Jey Uso gets the win over his brother Jimmy here at Hell in a Cell. And we have our first title change in the men's division. So that's a 3.5-star match, so it popped the rating we wanted. And hey, now we have an Uso rivalry, so I guess that was just the start of that. So, hey, you know, we're doing whatever we can with this PLE. If we can't conclude very many rivalries here, we'll just try and build up to make the next one, the next big show, as big as it can be. Speaking of big, it's Omos versus Joaquin Wilde. And it's Omos who puts Joaquin Wilde through the table, 2.5 stars. And now we move on to the main event, Roxanne Perez and Piper Niven inside Hell in a Cell. So another thing I've been noticing in going through this game, because, you know, normally I do stuff on PlayStation, and I do not own a PS5, so this is my first time, like, really playing one of these WWE 2K games on, like, the current gen consoles, because my partner has the Xbox Series X or whatever they're on now, so, yeah, I might have betrayed my PlayStation origins, but the game loads a lot quicker, so that's cool. Anyway, Hell in a Cell is happening right now, and Piper looking to outpower the smaller Roxanne Perez. Roxanne, a bit of an underdog in this one. She had her in like an accordion rack there, a submission, or a torture rack, I guess is the name for it. Piper's got Roxanne hoisted up here and hangs her out to dry on the top rope. Gonna go in for the early cover. Can she get the win? 1. No, not even a 1 count. Roxanne showing some defiance here. We'll see if they actually use the cell in this one. Oh, wait, Roxanne with a roll-up. Roxanne with a roll-up. Yeah, not gonna get a 1 count. It's a little too early for that. Roxanne tried to catch Piper napping, but, yeah, so far this is looking like pure dominance on the part of Piper Niven here. Roxanne has taken quite the beating early in this match, and she's going to have to turn things around soon if she wants to have any hope of winning, as Piper delivers with the headbutt. She was looking to go to the corner for something. Oh, she's just lining her up. Just rubbing salt in the wound as Piper Niven, big clothesline right in the corner, just squashed her like a bug. And Piper follows up with the elbow drop as well. And now just throttling her here, just slamming her head into the canvas. It's Piper now picking her up. And she's going to get the running start. And a big splash. Is that going to do it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it being a Hell in a Cell match didn't really matter. So Piper is victorious in in very dominant fashion. It was a very quick match, but that's going to conclude the rivalry. Piper certainly building momentum for herself, and Roxanne never really stood a chance. But yeah, maybe this means that Piper could be next in line for the Women's Championship, because I'm pretty sure Io has it. That's why Io couldn't wrestle. It did not get 5 stars, but I feel like that's okay. I know that the match performance doesn't actually have anything to do with the rating, but, like, come on, that was pretty short and uneventful. So next up is ECW. They're going all out on the budget. I forget if it was ECW or WCW that has like 500,000, but opening with a Hell in a Cell, it's JD McDonough and Julius Creed. And Julius Creed picks up the win in a 4-star match, and that is one rivalry concluded. Josh Briggs elevates the Karrion Kross feud to level 4. Blair Davenport one-on-one with Indy Hartwell in an Iron Man match, and it is Blair who picks up the win. That feud progresses.
1, 2, that's it, bring it.
All right, Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey pick up yet another tag team win over Nikki Cross and Tamina. That time it was a TLC match.
It's over, bring it.
R-Truth is victorious over Shinsuke Nakamura in an Iron Man, and that got 3.5. And then the main event, ECW title is on the line. Probably another feud concluding here. It's Kit Wilson versus Seth Rollins, Iron Man, and Seth Rollins retains. 4.5 stars. No word on the feud though, so ECW blew us out of the water. It wasn't even close. So on to NXT.
2, that's 3, bell.
Alba Fire opens the show with a victory over Fallon Henley. I'm not sure why I was reading it as Fallen Henley. I looked it back. I was like editing it and looking at the recording, and I'm like, why did I pronounce it like that? Bailey is taken on Sammy George. 5 popularity. Oof.
Ring the bell.
And Bailey gets the win. That got 1 star, which, I mean, yeah. Extreme Rules, Miz and Channing Stacks Lorenzo, but it is The Miz who picks up the win in a 2-star match, and that started a feud.
2, that's it, bring it.
Thanks to the run-in by Logan Paul, Montez Ford gets the victory over Ilya Dragunov in an Extreme Rules match as well. And then the main event, Scarlett and Raquel in Falls Count Anywhere.
Hit the bell.
And it is Scarlett who picks up the win over Raquel. It got 4 stars, and that feud is continuing.
1, 2, it's over.
Rhea Ripley opens the show for WCW by defeating Nikita Lyons in a TLC match, but Rhea Ripley gets injured in the process, out for 2 weeks. We'll see how WCW chooses to handle that.
1, 2,
Rich Orikawa had a TLC match against Finn Balor. It started a feud. We'll see if they continue it, but it got 1.5, so more of a squash. Braun Breaker got them 4,500 fans on the charity promo. Candice LeRae taking on Molly Holly, so we have our first legend being introduced into this one. But it is Candice LeRae who picks up the win, 2.5, and that is a new rivalry, assuming that that they signed Molly Holly for multiple weeks.
1, 2,
Tony D'Angelo and Nicholas Mann, so they also picked up quite a few enhancement talent for this one. Tony D'Angelo got the win, of course, and then in the main event, Zoe Stark and Carmella inside Hell in a Cell,
that's it, ring the bell.
and the win goes to Carmella. 4-star match on that one, and the feud is over. So, looking at the drama curve, we weren't the worst show. I would say SmackDown outperformed NXT 2.0 for the most part. Yeah, ECW killed it. WCW is in the mix, I'd say. Like, looking at this drama curve, I would probably say that, I mean, like, ECW won, for sure. And then, like, I mean, maybe ECW peaking in the mid-card with that 4-star might hurt them a bit, but I feel like that's still a pretty good balance. So we went up 102,000 fans, not much profit, unfortunately. Yeah, that budget is a real problem. ECW got a 109 for plus 128,000, so that's pretty big for them. They did spend a good bit of money to make that show work, but you know, we'll just see how that goes in the ratings. NXT 2.0 bombed on this show, but I mean, they had a big lead. They didn't even profit a whole lot from that show, so just a bad showing for them. And then WCW put up a 92, so we also outperformed WCW, okay. And they also lost money. Yeah, if they had like 500,000, they used it on contracts. So, their budget has come back down to earth. We got the Health Spa 3 card, so that was successful. Yeah, no, ECW completely shot over at everybody else. Also, someone pointed out to me in the comments, I forget the username, but I'll put it on screen. ECW does not have a women's championship, apparently, which I feel like I don't understand. I'm sure if ECW didn't actually have a women's championship, then surely they could just reuse a belt like they do with the women's tag titles. Yeah, it feels kind of weird to have a brand option in the game that doesn't have a women's title. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that, but we are now in third place. ECW just completely jumped over everybody else. NXT 2.0 kind of lost their advantage, so we have the highest budget right now, but, right, yeah, okay. So this is where we get the first trade, screen. This isn't, like, I don't think I'm a huge fan of trades being limited to, like, post PLE, like it's after every, like, 5-week cycle. I think there's pros and cons. But yeah, this is where we get the option to reach out to any brand. I believe we get 5 trade attempts? Yeah, we get 5 trade attempts. And then it's like, so let's say I want to get Finn Balor. So he's got like a little money value there. So if I put up like, you know, if I put up like a Joaquin Wilde, the trade isn't balanced. If I wanted to, I could throw a bunch of money and balance it out that way. It seems like an interesting system. So one thing I'm noticing here, just kind of messing around, I don't see, like, one change, like, one little tweak I would make is, like, just having a, you know, like, I have 2 superstars on each side here, but I don't see, like, a number that compiles the 2 trade values. Like, yeah, I can just add it up in my head, but it feels like a very easy thing to just kind of visualize. Another thing I checked, you can trade for people that are injured. I don't know if that impacts their trade value at all, or if it's just purely So the trade value, it says, does not include personal values other brands take into account, such as titles, rivalries, etc. So if they're asking for more, it'll be up to you to tip the scales in your favor. So, I guess, like, that sort of thing does seem to factor in. So I know I was thinking about trading Tiffany for, like, a Nikki Cross. Tiffany's a specialist, so while she would be useful as, like, a utility wrestler, my roster is mostly cruisers and giants, so if I could get a Nikki Cross and have her feud with Shayna Baszler, I feel like that could work. The problem is just that the values don't really match up in that way. I guess the alternative would be if I took Indy out and just did, like, Roxanne and Nikki, then I could offer up, that'd be what, like 13,000? So if I just offer, like, 14,000, that should be enough to make this work. So I'm gonna propose the trade and see if it works out that way. Nope. It seems like it was declined. A terrible deal? Yeah, and I see, you know, it mentioned that it has that little frustration bar, so, alright, take number 2. Nikki Cross is about, like, 13,000, 14,000 more valuable, if we're just rounding, than Roxanne, but Tiffany is, like, 18,000 more than Indy, so, let's give that a try. I want to make it so that... why? Oh, I guess it's the rivalries and stuff. Okay, maybe I'll just move on to another show. Do we have any notable fighters? Any female fighters hanging out? Alba Fire, but she's a heel. You know, with ECW, it's like I could maybe save them from you know, competing on a show that doesn't actually have a women's title. I guess I do still have kind of an overabundance of male superstars. All right, so let's try round 2 or round 3, I guess. I have 2 superstars who are unhappy on SmackDown, so I figure rather than potentially losing them unexpectedly in the future, maybe they're the kinds of people that I should just trade. It'll be unfortunate for Cruz del Toro not having that tag team partner, but you know, together these two have a higher value than Nikki Cross, and then if I throw in maybe a little bit of cash, it's still like I'm giving away more than I'm getting back, but, you know, throwing some cash in the mix as well just to try and make it so that I'm not super over the line. All right, we did it. Trade accepted. So I managed to make that work. So I have two more trades that I could do. I could potentially do the opposite of what I just did and take a bigger name and then trade them for 2 smaller talents. But I'm not sure if there's anyone in particular that I'd want to ditch. No, I think I'm gonna call it there for right now on the trades. I feel like, you know, I was able to get Nikki Cross. She can feud with Shayna. We did lose Tiffany Stratton, but I made sure to get a little bit of money in return, so maybe I could sign somebody. And yeah, lost Joaquin Wilde as well. Just kind of taking this opportunity to experiment. And, you know, if I really want to be more effective at trading later, you know, testing the waters here. Yeah, okay. Oh, was that a heel versus, or face and face? Oh, that, okay, so Triple H is lecturing me about that. See those ratings? That's how the pros put on a show. Even a GM like you can get lucky. I doubt you'll be able to pull that off. Next time will be different. I'll be respectful. Oh, okay. Tamina wants to jump ship. 142,000? Sick of working for Heyman. She is a giant, so she would fit the show. 142,000 though? No, I don't think I'm gonna accept that. It would have been cool. Oh, right, and then we got shakeups. Champions Resolve, your male and female singles belt holders gain 15 popularity and are guaranteed to win all their matches while this shakeup is active, which is 5 weeks. The Sweat discount, all match types cost 20% less, but no, stamina is a very limited resource. I do not want that. Waterboy, select a superstar. When this superstar participates in a match, all participants lose less stamina. I mean, like, this Champions Resolve card is definitely very good for the popularity, but I feel like stamina is a very limited resource, and so, you know, having one guy who I would assume he would also lose less stamina in matches, so that would mean I could book him more. I'm gonna try Waterboy. Who should it be? Oh, okay, it said superstar, but it can actually be anyone. You know, I feel like of the people in this match, in terms of, like, stamina, I feel like the top contenders would be, like, Io. You know, maybe Rey in his prime, but not so much now. Io's the champ. I would like to book her, so I'm gonna have Io be... she also had the resistance in the perk I gave her, so... Oh, no, that's injury. Okay. Anyway, that's gonna do it for today's episode, Hell in a Cell. We did it. Trades and such. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.